Hi my lovelies, and welcome to my channel Feathers from Heaven Tarot. So today I'd like to do a reading on your future spouse. So we're looking at your future spouse's personality traits. So there will be 3 piles for you to pick from. So this will be pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. Take a moment to select your pile and then I'll see you in your reading. Hi there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So this is for those of you that selected this image. I feel like your future spouse could be someone that's quite musical. So they could play a musical instrument, or they could just enjoy listening to musical. They could I feel they could be arty as well, so they might enjoy art in different or various forms. So it doesn't have to be just drawing or painting, they could be creative generally. Your future spouse could also enjoy reading. They could have a wide knowledge on various topics. I feel like they could enjoy reading fiction, non-fiction, biography. Yeah, so I feel like your future spouse is someone that is that doesn't enjoy just one thing. They do have various hobbies or various things that they enjoy. If they do not play a musical instrument, they could just enjoy music generally, but more specifically sort of musical aspect of music. So you know, classical, jazz, or you know, different compilations, but instrumental versions. I feel like if they are into art, if they are into the arts, then they are someone that kind of enjoys art, but sort of outside the box, or out, so not the norm. So the reason I say that is I'm getting that from the flowers. So it could be that they dry flowers, they pick dry flowers themselves, create some sort of art with it. Or they could, you know how when you pick flowers from the outdoors, dry it, put it in between your books, and then you kind of get that effect. So I feel like the art that they enjoy is implemented into their daily life. Okay, so it could also be that they don't specifically put time aside, but it could just be part of their daily life. So as they're walking, they might, you know, pick flowers, keep it for later, dry it, you know, have it pressed between books and pages. There might be a more technical word for this sort of art, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, so this is just something random that's come up from just looking at the image, but now we're actually going to look at the oracle card, the tarot, and then just have a look what we can see in terms of their personality traits. Okay, so we'll pick some oracle cards first. Okay. So we'll just shuffle these. Number 1's future spouse, future partner, long-term partners, personality traits. Let's see. So here we have the Arrow Master, the Eagle King, and the Mapmaker of Destiny. Okay, so I feel like with this, we have hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. So I'm just going to read this intuitively rather than reading the guidebook for this one. So I feel like this person, so your future spouse, is someone that listens to their intuition. There's someone that doesn't kind of willy-nilly around. They actually have purpose in the way that they conduct themselves, or in the way that they choose to interact, or in the activities that they select to do. So when I'm saying that, so if it's an activity that they've decided, they have the intention behind it. So it could be, right, I want to do this for my mental well-being, so this is for relaxing. Or if they decide to go to a sort of workshop to learn, then their intention there is to learn information. So there's someone that is very intentional with their actions, therefore always meeting their own personal goals that they have. They're always, they've got their eye on the ball, or they've got their eye on a target, or they've got their eye on an end goal, and they actually get there because they follow the middle steps in between to get to the end. So they're very detached from what other people's opinion. So this person is not someone to feel down, or just to get down if someone doesn't agree with what they're doing. They're not someone to actually seek advice and help from friends and family, because they understand that people have different opinions, or could have a different opinion to them. So if they're not seeing their vision, then they will obviously might discourage them from maybe what they've chosen to do. So maybe the activity, or the workshop, or their career choice, whatever it is. So this person actually is someone that always looks at the bigger picture. They're not narrow-minded. They're not someone that's just focused on what's in front of them. They actually look at the bigger picture, and if they can't find an outcome, or they don't know what they can't see the end goal or what it's going to look like, then there's someone that kind of leans into their intuition, maybe asking their angels or guides for help. And there's someone that is actually very free, very authentic. So there's someone that definitely follows their inspiration. So if they wouldn't basically get a job for the sake of just getting, for holding down a job, they would select something that actually is in alignment with them and who they are as a person, and their morals. So they are someone that if something doesn't feel right, they're not going to go for it. They're not going to listen to other people, or just go for something because it looks good on paper. So they are kind of in charge of their own destiny, so to speak. They don't let other people get involved. And I feel like that is actually something, when you first meet, or when they meet you, they're gonna interact with you with the knowing, or looking at the bigger picture, or a bigger plan. So whilst they're courting you, or maybe dating, or talking to you when you first meet, it might be with the bigger picture. Their intention would probably be to settle down. So they would know from the get-go if it's something that they would like to pursue with you, or if it's something that's going to work. And obviously, being a future spouse reading, it is something that's going to where you're both going to be in alignment, and obviously going to be together. But what I'm saying is here is that they wouldn't actually ask other people's opinion about the relationship or where it's going. They're going to follow their own intuition. They're going to go they're going to listen and look at how you both are interacting and what feels right to then go forward to the next stage. So this person is, I would say, quite honest, but they're quite a free spirit as well. So they do not like to be told what to do in terms of, what to do, what's in terms of what they should do because of society, what other people are doing. They're not a type of person to follow the crowd, and then there's someone to actually follow their own path, their own intuition, to later find out that if they were to follow the crowd, it would be a failed endeavor, for example. So they've had that sort of experience where they have followed their inspiration before, and it might have not been something that it was the norm at the time, and people will probably, or friends or family or people around them, were probably like, oh, I can't believe blah blah is doing this, or they're not doing this. But then it turned out, like later on down the line, that their decision was the best decision, because everyone else that had made the other decision didn't achieve, or maybe the company went down, that the job, or it wasn't as lucrative, or it wasn't making as much money, it wasn't so much in demand. It's something along those lines, in terms of they've had evidence in terms of following their own intuition and being able to follow their own inspiration. So this person's quite a free spirit. So let's have a look at more information in terms of their personality. Transform, Venus, just need one more, and then we have Aquarius, originality, philanthropy, and progressive, imagining. So this person had a progressive thinking. They do not think with what worked before, or they're not stuck in a little box. They go with what they feel is right, what they feel they need to do at the time. So this person is with the originality. They're very original. Now for some of you, this person could have their own business. I'm getting that from this, because they just someone that follows their own inspiration. They're not someone that likes to be accountable to others. So I feel like because they're so original in their thinking, they could potentially have their own business, which is again something that's very they're doing very well in. So it could be around they may have a large social media following, or they might just have a business that is not something that she gets everywhere, which is why they have so many clients and customers. It's not a crowded market, so they are doing very well. This person could be wealthy or doing very well, so they don't have to be a millionaire, but they could just be doing well enough to be able to not feel like they can they don't go without, basically. So with Pluto and transform, I feel like they are someone that can transform. So if something's not working, they can just kind of reinvent themselves, or they could just very move on and do something very different to what it was before. So they're not scared of changing, they're not scared of change, they're not scared of any change whatsoever. They're very free-spirited in that way. But they are someone that is very kind, caring, loving. They are someone that appreciates everything they see and hear, and just everything around them. They're someone that does not moan, does not complain. They're someone that's very full, they live their life in gratitude. Now if something doesn't go well, because we don't live in a perfect world, there are issues, there are ups and downs, and this person is able to embrace these up and downs, even if the rug is pulled from under them. They are someone that is able to keep themselves sort of standing, stable. They won't crumble under the pressure or crumble under the change. I feel like this person will be very loving towards you, and they will be able to receive the love as well that you give them. So sometimes people, you know, they're able to give but not able to receive, but I feel like this person is very balanced. They're able to give love, receive love, and just find value in everything and beauty in everything that they do see. So if they were to go on holiday and, you know, it wasn't like a five-star hotel, but in a beautiful location, then obviously they wouldn't look at the glass half full, half empty. They will look at it like, wow, what a beautiful location. I'll be spending most of my time outside. I mean, the hotel is nice and clean. It's not obviously luxurious as I had hoped and anticipated, but it's still you know, amazing. The location's amazing, the food's amazing, the people's amazing, you know, the beach, the warmth, the weather. So they just see the beauty in everything and find value, and I feel like they will do that with you as well. They will really appreciate you for who you are. They would appreciate your personality, what you bring to the table, you know, your uniqueness as well. So this person, generally we all have off days, so you know, it's not like there will be, you know, all it won't be all, you know, sunshine and roses all day long, but in generally they will be able to balance their emotion. I feel like there's someone that's emotionally mature. Okay, and you know, if something's not going right, there's someone that would look at trying to find a solution, trying to talk it through. So if it was with yourself, you know, if you may have a disagreement, then they will just talk it through with you, try and see what the issue is and how it could be resolved. So there's someone that's very balanced, I would say. Okay, so let's get some oracle cards just to see if we get any more information. So pile number 1's future spouse personality trait. Pile number 1's future spouse personality trait. Okay, just one more. Ooh. Knight of Cup, beautiful. Okay, so sorry, this person is very family orientated. So even if you do not want children, if you do want children, then that's definitely something that they want to. They would like to build a beautiful family home, a beautiful family environment. If you don't want children, in general, they are family orientated, so they are going to try their best to get on with the people around you that are dear to you, whether it's your friends or family. So they, you know, they're someone that's going to want to perhaps have dinners, have get-togethers, have you know, family time, maybe go on holiday with friends and family as well. There's someone, I feel like this relationship is destined to be, only because with the Wheel of Fortune talks about karma as well. So like I feel like this person has built a lot of good karma. So you know, what they are attracting and what you're attracting is this beautiful divine relationship where this person, because this person is so calm, collected, has been able to work through any issues, has been able to work through any shadows or any trauma, if they've had any, they're now at a point that they are ready to embrace, you know, the next stage of their life. They're able to embrace the beauty. They're able to take on or embrace a union. So I feel like this person is quite lucky in that way. They attract luck only because of their personality, because of their attitude, because they're able to live in gratitude, that they're able to, you know, attract luck into their life. This person with the Knight of Cups is very caring, as you know, we said earlier when we were looking at you know, how they're able to receive and give love. This person's going to be very romantic. This person's going to be able to, I feel like with you, they're going to, you know, they're going to have their heart on this, they're going to have their heart on their sleeve. They're going to wear their heart on their sleeve, sorry. There's someone that's going to just be able to be romantic. They're going to enjoy romantic time together, whether it's on holiday or not. It could just be a weekend together. They're going to be able to just make the weekend where neither of you are working, or a day where you both have a day off. They're just going to be able just to make it romantic just by you know, being excited, being appreciative of the day that you have together. Just decide to maybe go on a long drive, or short drive, a picnic, a movie, whatever it is, depending obviously on what you are into and what they're into, but that you know, they're going to find the beauty in the time that they will spend with you. Okay, so this person is very romantic, very caring, just yeah, just very balanced individual. And that's, let's have a look. Okay, so that's all that I see for you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up so I know you resonated with the reading, and feel free to subscribe to my channel where I will be doing regular future spouse pick a card. Okay, so I wish you a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, depending where you are, and I hope to see you soon. Hello my lovely pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. So that's that for those of you that selected this image here. So just straight off, what I'm getting from this image is that your future spouse is someone that likes the outdoors. So there's someone that would probably like to go out, so at the weekend, you know, just maybe go for a drive to a park or the woods, or you know, depending where you live and where you are, the beach, take a bike ride, go for a long walk. But they like the outdoors, they like to do activities. There's someone that may like to go on holidays as well, to enjoy other countries and enjoy time, you know, outdoors in other areas as well. So that's what I'm getting from this image. So this person's quite an outdoorsy person. There's someone that finds that they can regroup themselves. So if they may be having a tough day, a week, or you know, they are unable to think or make a decision, there's a lot going on in their head, they might just go off and have a bike ride, or just go out for a walk, you know, just go outdoors and do something, move around, move their body, just to get a bit of clarification as well, to be able to clear their mind. Okay, so let's have a look at your oracle cards and your tarot to see what we can get in terms of your person's personality traits. So let's move that aside. Okay, pile number 2's personality trait. Oops. Okay, so I'll be reading these intuitively rather than going straight reading it, the guidebook. Okay, so this is just going to be intuitively. We've got the Fire Prince, we have optimism, aggression, the Dragon's Jewel, and the Sun Dancers. So As I said earlier, this your future spouse, I feel, likes to go out to regroup themselves, or if they're having a hard time, and that I get through this oracle card with optimism and aggression. So if they're going through quite a lot, so this person could have a job which is very stressful, or they could have some demands made on them, so they could be studying something that's quite stressful. I don't know, lawyer, doctor, something, engineer, or something that they're studying is quite stressful, or their career is quite stressful. So I feel like that's why it's very important for them to go out to get fresh air that keeps them balanced. But even though they have that pressure around them, that is how they are able to deal with any pressures or anything that is quite demanding, or any demands that's made upon them. But in general, there's someone that's very optimistic, and someone that is very that is able to embrace life as well. So this person is someone as well that can have inner conflict. So it could be with what they need to do. So it could be in terms of maybe people around them making decisions that they do not agree with, because it's all sort of everyone around, or their friends, is do I go with the crowd, or do I not? So sometimes they have that inner conflict, but where their moral and ethics could be questions, but they are someone that is able to make a conscious choice. So they're able to choose the right, and make the right decision based on what the issue is at hand. So there's someone that is even though they are challenged a lot, or even though there's things around, or they deal with situations which are questionable, there's someone that can make the right decision. And again, it's through their downtime, and it's through the time that they spend away from the situation or other people, in order to be able to come and ground themselves and come back into their own knowing. Okay, so they are an abundant person. So when we say abundance, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are a millionaire, but they are abundant in life. So they have everything they could ever need and want to live a happy life, whatever that looks like for them. They are able to celebrate life. So I feel like with this person, they've worked very hard to get to where they are. So if it's their career, they worked very hard to and put in the hours to get to the position that they are in now. If it's studies, they worked very hard with their grades and with the relevant units, courses, modules, whatever it is that needed to be completed in order to step up to get to the next stage. Okay, to sort of become for their qualifications, to get more qualified. So they've been able to enjoy the good parts of their lives in terms of great milestones. There's someone that if when they achieve something, they're able to celebrate and have fun. Um, So this person is very mature in their thinking, but they do have pressures around them, as I mentioned. But they are able to deal with their pressures, with the pressures around them. Now, sometimes they could get fiery, or they could be in kind of a conflict situation. Again, it could just be with their surroundings. It could be with the people that surround them, or as I said, it could be the job that they do. So that's why it's very important for them to go out into nature and just to have some real downtime. Okay, But they are someone that if there are any issues, or if someone was to come in between the two of you, or someone that would be mean to you, then they would really step up and they would really kind of be protective, I feel. They will be able to be protective, or they will be able to like stick up for you, or they'll be able to put the person in their place. There's someone that would, if you're having a bit of a hard time, then they would definitely arrange some time for you both to go out, enjoy life. They would someone that would plan activities, something that you may not have done before, but just which they feel that would bring you joy and happiness. Definitely someone that would just celebrate birthdays or any celebrations, special celebrations. Then there's someone that would definitely celebrate those days, so Christmas, Easter, Eid, Diwali, whichever relevant celebration you celebrate, then they would obviously make an effort on those days. Let's have a look any more. What else we can get? Their personality traits. We have Saturn, wow, Pluto, and the 4th house, which is around family, home, peace and comfort. Okay, so with Saturn and Pluto here, I feel like this person is someone that has, just to confirm, they've experienced a lot of struggle. There's someone that has had to work very hard for where they're at now, or they're continuing to work hard at this moment as well. There's someone that had to learn a lot of patience, because things didn't come to them just at a click of a finger. They've had to work very hard. So just an example, say they wanted to become a surgeon. You can't just become a surgeon overnight. They've obviously had to get the relevant grades for the first of all A levels, and then or at college, then the relevant grades, year 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then obviously they would then need to specialize, and however many years you need for that, and then obviously whatever study needs to be done in order to become a surgeon. So so that's what I mean with things that didn't come to them with a click of a finger. They've had to really work really hard. So there's times where they've had to deal with struggle. So they've had to struggle they've experienced struggle. Now this could be financially, or it could just be mentally as well, having to really pull through and with that inner conflict, really get to the other side and really pull through and be strong, because and looking at the larger picture. So there's someone that I would say is a very strong individual. They are someone that has a lot of responsibility. They are someone kind of in the leadership, I would say. Is a leader, and it doesn't even mean that they're a leader in their work or what they do. It's just their personality traits, to be able to go through so much, to be able to be really disciplined, is leadership qualities. So again, patience with this person's very good and very patient. So they will be patient with your relationship. They'll be patient with you. If you decide to have a family, they'll be a kind of a patient person around friends and family. They're not someone that scared of hard work. They've had times where they've, if they feel restricted, or they feel kind of they don't have the answer, or they don't know what to do, then again, as we said earlier on, there's someone that would do an activity, or would learn to embrace some sort of celebration in order just to pull them back into sort of grounding, so just to ground them back. You know, it could be a holiday that they go and really have fun and really enjoy, just to recharge their battery. So this person has really had transformed. So it could be that they've, you know, had to really learn. Maybe they've learned from mistakes, I feel, where previously they might have made a wrong mistake. They might have made a mistake in their choices. It could be that they were influenced when they were younger with friends and the wrong crowd, and they had to learn, and they had consequences. So now they are able to really make the right choices in their life. They're able to just lean into their moral compass a bit more, and so they've been able kind of to transform through experience, I would say. There's someone that is very rooted into family values. They like peace and comfort. With cultural, it could be that if they may be spiritual, religious, or whatever it is that sings to them in terms of home and in terms of what means peace and comfort, is something that they would really try and root into. So if, you know, when you meet, there's someone, they're just going to be someone that's perhaps talking about the comforts in life, talking about making, you know, discussing what you may have in common, you know, discussing what life would look like, what routines would look like, how you would merge your lives together. So there's someone that actually thinks ahead as well, and what that would look like, because then they can feel like they can put in the work and you know, have the patience to get to that end goal. But they're just, I would say, very someone conscious into making a family home. So I feel like they work hard, or they're studying hard in order to create a loving home for themselves, for their family, and obviously with you, because we're looking at future spouse. Okay, so let's get some tarot and see if we can get any additional information. So we have the Hierophant, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, with the Hierophant here, it could be that they are still studying, as I said, or it could be that they are now at a place where they are a lecturer or a teacher, but they are someone that now has specific values in life. They are someone that's, you know, with the roots and family. They like they've become a real traditional person. So they like the traditional things in life, whatever that would look like for you. Obviously, we got many people watching this readings, and we have different cultures, so whatever traditional will look like for you. Now this person has been hurt before, you know, like with the wrong choices and the inner conflict. You know, they've had people around them that didn't have the best intention, that led them astray, maybe when they were younger. So they do have their guards up now. It's someone that would think before they act, and it's someone that wouldn't just go in or you know, gun blazing into a decision. When making a decision, there's someone that would definitely think things through, look at the consequences, look at who will be affected, and maybe if they need to let go of the situation or people around them, then there's someone that would happily do that. Again, so with the Three of Pentacles, someone that, again, I'm getting the real study vibes around. So it could be that they are still studying, still learning, or they've just, you know, they've just finished their study or graduated. I'm going back to the doctor and surgeon just as an example, because it's an easy example for me to give. So it could be like they've done all these many years of studies, and maybe they've had a bit of experience, so like what do you call it, like placements, work placements, to get the experience, and now like they are actually starting their own you know, they're out into the working world. So there's someone that is they're very personable, they're able to work with others. There's someone that has learned their craft, maybe I would say. They worked really hard to where they are at, and it's someone that would always, you know, make the good teamwork. You know, there's someone that was, if they're working as part of a team, listen to what other people have to say, take into consideration, you know, the other people. Again, if they're a doctor, surgeon, then they would be very empathetic maybe with the patient, really understand what their concerns are, talk them through. But it's someone that has really been learning, someone that has really studied hard is what I'm getting, and someone that is not scared of study, not scared of hard work, not scared of transformation, and is someone that is now really, you know, they have to think about what they do daily. So what they do, actions has a reaction, and is someone that's very conscious of that as well. This person, I would say, is kind of, you know, someone, as I said, that would be grounded, or that would need grounding. So they would enjoy the outdoors. Let's see what else we can get. I feel like that's all the information I have for you, pile number 2. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's all I'm getting for you in terms of your future spouse's personality traits. I do feel like this person is someone that does have a lot going on, or will have a lot going on when you do meet them, but there's someone that can actually talk through any issues as well. But it's someone that is kind of very family orientated, as with the 4th house here as well. Okay, pile number 2. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up so I know you resonated with the reading. If you haven't already, then please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you join. I do regular future spouse reading on my channel. So I wish you a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, depending where you are, and I hope to see you soon. Hi there, my lovely pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So that's for those of you that selected this image here. So what I'm getting from your person in terms of their personality traits, I feel like this person really enjoys listening to music. I feel like this person listens to a lot of music, so they are aware about music from different parts of the world. They like to travel, so yeah, they like to travel, and that's also how they've managed to expand their music collection and really understand different types of music. So, you know, from different parts of the world, really real variety of music that they listen to. And I feel like this person might introduce you to different types of music as well when you meet. This person likes to zone out with music, so if they're having a hard day or they're having a great day, then they will put on their favorite tune or playlist, go for a drive, you know. So I feel like this person has different playlists for different moods, for different activities, different situations. Definitely if they were to invite you around for dinner, then they would put on, you know, a romantic playlist, or, you know, depending, or something that would be very relevant to the ambiance. So yeah, I do feel like that, you know, you will be hearing a lot of different music that you've never heard of before, songs, tunes, artists, you know. So this person is very knowledgeable around the music. It could also be that they themselves record music, for some, not for all. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting first of all as an introduction to their personality traits. There's someone that's very joyful, happy. You know, it's nothing like a good playlist or a good tune can't solve any issues. You know, feeling down, just put on your favorite record and off you go. That's the kind of person that they are. Okay, so now let's have a look at your oracle cards. So we'll pull some oracle cards to see what we get in terms of their personality traits, and then we'll get some tarot as well. So pile number 3, your future spouse's personality traits. Let's get one more. Okay, so we have the wise woman of the wonderland, the dream walker, the chess queen. I am reading these oracle cards intuitively, so I won't be reading from the guidebook. It's just going to be kind of intuitively what I'm getting from these oracle cards in terms of your person's personality traits. So I feel like this person has a lot of integrity in the way that they conduct themselves, in the way that they act, in the way that they communicate. This person is very aware of nature, animals around them. So they could be, I feel, quite compassionate, caring, but you know, for some, not for all, they could be vegetarian. So I feel like they understand that their actions have a reaction or has an effect. So what they, you know, they conduct themselves in a very caring way. You know, they're caring to animals around them. They love animals. They love nature. They love going out. They love just being very peaceful. So I feel like if you were to have a disagreement, or if you kind of could you both could agree on something, then this person would happily compromise to meet you in the middle, so that it's not kind of my way or the highway. It's, you know, let's have a discussion, let's talk. So this person's, you know, someone that would very much compromise and find a middle ground, or find, you know, something that you're both happy with, an outcome that you're both going to be happy with. And I feel like they'd like that with their friends and family as well. This person is very aware of everything that they do. So they're very aware of the environment, they're aware of nature. You know, they could do some voluntary work. This person could do a lot of you know, they're someone that is very caring, you know, caring. They care about the planet, they care about others. And I feel as well it's because they're very well traveled as well, and because they're very well traveled, they've been able to see life from, you know, in whatever people have gone through. They're able to see, you know, eyes with a wider lens, and not just, you know, their immediate environment, and, you know, just, you know, their little box, so to speak. So that's why they're very conscious of their actions, they're very conscious of their behavior, they're very conscious maybe of the clothes that they buy, where they're buying it from, where they're sourcing the ingredients from, where they're purchasing their clothes. Is it ethical? You know, where has it come from? So I feel like this person is very aware of the outer community, the wider community, sorry, and the wider world. Just kind of, they're not just focused about themselves, they have a very big heart. I feel like this person has people around them that they can trust. They do not have friends around them that they do not trust, or they do not feel like they are able to be themselves around. They are someone that actually thinks about what they do. So if I am going to buy this, you know, or if I am going to do this, what effect will it have on the other people around me? If I am working for this company, are they ethical? Are they, you know, do they treat their customers right? or do they just think about their profit margins and nothing else, and not care about their employees? So what I feel like, whatever job they're into or whatever they do, it's something that is kind of sits well within their own morals as well. Okay, so there's someone that would always think before, so if they're going on holiday, then they're going to think about like where they're staying, you know, where they're staying, the effects that's going to have, or they're going to plan. Okay, so holidays, they'll be planning. If they are going out to a restaurant, then obviously they'll be planning as well. So there's someone that is very aware of their surroundings, and again, there's someone that once they have you in their inner circle, then it means a lot. It means that they love, they trust, and they think highly of you. So all their friends that is around them is someone that they care about as well, and they trust very dearly. Let's see what else we can get. I feel like if this person will go on holiday, it's mostly focused around nature. Just get one more. Okay, so we have Aquarius, Scorpio, and the first house. So with Aquarius here, again, this person is very someone that so with progressive and imaginings, it's someone that kind of moves with the time. It's someone that would adapt for the greater good of others and maybe the planet, the environment. So they're not someone that's going to follow the crowd. They're not someone that's going to be told what to do. If they don't feel like something is right, they're not gonna, you know, go for it. So it could even be something as simple as, you know, so everyone going to a particular restaurant, but then they know that that restaurant is unethical in some way, shape or form. Maybe they are serving, you know, they're not serving sustainable ingredients, or you know, fish, they're just not thinking about the environment where they're sourcing their produce. It's not very thoughtful. So they might decide, you know what, you guys go, I'm really not going to be able to eat here, and they would just kind of stand their ground in that way. There's someone, if they do have quite a bit of money, then they would give it to, you know, then they have a charity that's quite dear to their heart. There might be someone that might be involved in voluntary work, or you know, looking to volunteer their time somewhere. I feel like this person with Scorpio, they're quite intense in terms of their beliefs and what they think is correct and what they think is right. So when I say intense, it could just be that's, you know, they could just have, if someone doesn't align with their thoughts or they, you know, what they feel, then, you know, they might just go their separate ways. Does that make sense? So, you know, they're not going to have fake friends, someone that doesn't fit in with their world, so to speak, or in their world. They, you know, they're happy to, if they need to, you know, renew the way that they feel or think or do. Okay, so it could be that they have to look at other ways of doing things, or maybe sourcing their ingredients from somewhere else. So they might decide to go to a farmer's market, or decide to go to the market for their ingredients or produce, for their shopping. So, you know, they're not scared of kind of re-looking at things. So where sometimes people might have their certain set ways or their routine, or, you know, shop that they really like to go to for them if they find out something, or if something's not sitting right, or if there's some unethical behavior or something that's not integral with their or in alignment with them, then they will just happily move on and find somewhere else to go, somewhere else to shop, somewhere else to source their you know, or somewhere else to shop for their clothes. That's just an example there. They are someone that's very individual. So with the first house, it's all about themselves. They're very much someone that's very aware of their, for example, their carbon footprint. You know, they're very aware of themselves, what they do, and the effects that has on others. And they, you know, if they, that's where the renewing comes in. You know, if they need to have a look at themselves and the way they conduct themselves, their personality. So there's someone that would you know, change if they need to become in alignment with the right thing. So this person, it's quite specific with this reading in terms of their personality trait. You know, it's someone that's very aware, very aware of their surroundings, let's put it that way. So, and the self-image. So they're not someone that would just go with the fashion for the sake of it. So, you know, they're not going to be covered from head to toe with a particular designer just to look good. It's more like, you know, they would dress in a way that they know they can sleep at night because they know it's been ethically sourced. You know, who's made the clothes that I'm putting on me, kind of thing, on my body. You know, where has it come from? So they're very aware of that, and they're not, you know, if it's just one or two people, then they're very much aware that it's not going to be the masses, so they don't push it on other people, they don't push it on anyone else. So it's very much who they are, and if they're quite happy with, you know, if it's just them, then it's just them. You know, they're very comfortable with their individuality, with their personality, with who they are, with, or you know, how they feel, think, and what is in alignment with them. So with the self-image that they have, they're very happy with their self-image, okay, and the way that they approach life. They understand that it's not for everyone, which is why obviously it's very specific. So if this doesn't resonate with you in terms of the reading, then just feel free to select pile 1 or 2, because it is very specific in terms of that. But I feel like this is going to be their personality trait. They're going to be someone that's not, doesn't conform, and for some of you, I feel like this is what's going to attract you to them as well, because you might be similar in terms of the way that you are as well, and your approach to life as well. So they have a unique approach to life, and I feel like it's going to be a unique understanding between the two of you. You know, it's going to be how you come into each other's world. Maybe you'll meet in a specific scenario, situation, voluntary work, or you know, something where it's very specific, where only those that are, you know, that have that sort of attraction, or what's the word I want to look, I'm looking for, approach to life. Or you know, farmers market, you're not going to get everyone going to the farmers market, for example. You know, it's someone that's looking for, that's very conscious with their spending, someone that likes to support local business, local farmers, you know. So if someone, you're going to get a specific kind of people that's someone that's going to align with certain values. That's what I mean. So you two will be very similar in that way. Okay, let's get some couple of tarots and see if we can get any more information. Oh. Right. So I feel like this person could be quite defensive, or they've had to defend their what they believe. I feel like they've been through quite a lot in their life, things that have brought them to their knees. It could be relationships, people around them, friends that have really done them wrong, or they've just seen things that has really not aligned with them, that's been quite traumatizing, especially if they've traveled to other places. So it's things where that was hidden, you know, things that were hidden to the masses perhaps, or hidden to other people, when through their travels they've been able to see and bring light and enlightenment to themselves and their knowing and understanding, which is why they are the way that they are. Right, let's see what other information I can get. Personality traits. Just one more in terms of partner with 3's personality traits. Oh dear. So 3 of Swords. Yeah, a bit of heartbreak going on here. So there's someone that has been able to renew from heartbreak. So I feel like this person is very passionate. For those of you, regardless of gender, this person's going to be very attractive. They are going to just be kind of, they could be a fire sign for some of you, but there's someone that is very curious. So they'll be very curious when you first meet. They'll communicate. Their communication style will be kind of very clear and direct. You might communicate on social media first of all. That's for some, not for all. But this person has had a heartbreak. They've had to go through, or they've had to see quite some things that were quite hurtful, and they've had to kind of purge that and work through it and work through that trauma. So there's someone that can and is able to do that, but because they've been able to do that, they are very clear with, you know, what they will accept, what they won't accept, what sits with their own ethics and their own morals, what's integral to their living, what they would see as you know, good and bad, so to speak. So, you know, there's someone that's very caring, that's just understands that there is all actions could, whatever you do could potentially have a knock-on effect. So it could be as something as the way you dispose your rubbish, you know, if not recycling or disposing of medicine properly, putting it in the bin rather than taking it to the pharmacy, for example, to be disposed of correctly. You know, that could have an effect because animals could get hold of it, you know, if it's been put in minefields. That kind of thought process is what goes through this person's mind. That's kind of how they think, how they are aware of their actions, is where I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, this person has had heartbreak. It could be with what they've had to see, witness, or it could be not for all. It could be relationship where, you know, the person that they were dealing with prior did not understand them, did not understand their heart, did not understand where they were coming from, and that kind of really made them question themselves. Maybe for some they might have had to change and compromise to be with this person, but in the end it didn't work. You know, it just kind of brought them to their knees because, you know, when you're not aligned, when you're not living your true authentic self, it is really hard, and it obviously, you know, maybe made them unwell or just broke down the relationship. So in that sense they've had to renew themselves. But this person is kind of very communicative. They are, I would say, very attractive. They're very passionate about their endeavor. They're very passionate in what they believe, and they're not someone to force it onto others at all. You know, there's someone that would compromise, and as I said earlier on, in terms of with the compromise, if they did not agree, if you guys did not agree with something, then they would discuss it. You know, how can we, you know, how could we compromise in this situation that would just sit well with me and you, kind of thing, for us to live peacefully and for us to be, you know, happy, and for us to just work well together. So that, you know, in that way they're able to communicate their thoughts. They're very curious in terms of they're not just in their little bubble, you know, they are able to interact with other people, with the wider community. You know, they're not someone that's comes off as some sort of recluse. They are someone that is very much able to fit in. They are liked by others, but they do have had to go through quite a bit. As I said, they might have had, and it could be, you know, as I said, what they've experienced or seen during their travels as well. Okay, pile number 3. So that's what I see in terms of your person, future spouse personality traits. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up so I know you resonated. As I said, this was very specific, so if it did not resonate with you, then just feel free to select pile 1 or pile 2. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd love to have you join. I do regular future spouse pick a card readings. I'll be doing them on various topics as I'm going through the month and year. So yeah, I'd love to have you join. So I wish you a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, depending where you are, and I hope to see you soon.